Hey everybody, what's up? Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. There's been some breaking news in the world of heavy metal. Deicide has released a new single today or yesterday, depending on where you live. But on Christmas, Deicide's putting out new music. It truly is the season of giving. Anyway, this track is called Bury the Cross with Your Christ. I'm excited to hear this. I am a huge Deicide fan. Let's check it out. All right, Bury the Cross with Your Christ. Here we go. Production's good. Pretty straightforward. Glenn sounds good. Steve Deicide killing it on the drums. It's their first album with Taylor Nordberg. I think Kevin Huron did the other guitar. Okay, that's the new Deicide single, Bury the Cross with Your Christ. And my initial reaction to it is that is mediocre. I am let down. I am surprised after all the stuff that Glenn had said about this album being somewhat progressive, and Steve Deicide, you know, is this great musician, which he is. Guy writes most of the lyrics, guy writes all the guitar parts, he writes the songs. I mean, massive respect to Steve Deicide. But, you know, for the debut the lead single off a new record that's been anticipated for a while, I'm not impressed, guys. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I was expecting a lot more. That was the most, like, straightforward, like, metal by numbers track I have heard in a while. I'm a Deicide fan, like I had said, but that definitely left something to be desired. I mean, everybody says, or not everybody, but a lot of people say the best Deicide record's the first one, or the first 3 or 4. You know, Once Upon a Cross, Deicide, Legion, you know, great albums as well, but I'm a big fan of Serpents of the Light, and my favorite track off of Serpents of the Light is the title track, and I actually did a cover of this song a long time ago in a band that I was in, and I really do like this album. The first Deicide track I ever heard was Blame It on God, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy, they're saying this stuff in a song, and I can understand the lyrics. And that was a good track to scare people with back, you know, that when that stuff was still kind of shocking. But awesome album. Hoffman Brothers, of course, you know, they went on to, had a pretty severe falling out with Glenn, with, there was some talk of like drug addiction and making some bad decisions and, money stuff and, some, threatening words back and forth, when people aren't thinking in their right mind. Maybe it's that crazy Florida heat that my good friend Paul McBride was talking about in his podcast interview. Psychosis and alligators, the pressure cooker. But anyway, let's check out Serpents of the Light. I like this song. Classic Deicide. Let's check it out. Much better riffing right away, man. I don't know if they used a metronome on this one, but it sounds cool. Intelligible lyrics go a long way with the blasphemy. Catchy. Driving, it's somewhat melodic. Good stuff. Chaos solo. Sweeps. Awesome tremo picking. Classic Marshall tone. Awesome song. Not very long. Doesn't need to be. Super catchy. Good stuff. Huge fan. Serpents of the Light came out in 1997. Like I said, was the first Deicide album I heard. And, Blame It on God, of course. And I remember having all those lyrics memorized. And, it was good stuff. But anyway, new Deicide once again. Not really impressed. I mean, Deicide's pretty straightforward. They always have been, but they have some awesome albums. They really do. And that new album, Banished by Sin, will be out on RPM and whatever that means. But anyway, let's move on and talk about one of my favorite eras of Deicide. And that era is with the late, great Ralph Santola. I think The Stench of Redemption is an awesome album. Jack Owen from Cannibal Corpse is on this record. This album is fantastic. The guitar playing's great. The solos are cool. And I chose one of my favorite songs off this album. And of course, Homage for Satan, awesome guitar solo, classic song. That was definitely like, Deicide seemed like they had something to prove. Steve and Glenn, and getting Jack and Ralph involved really did elevate that band. I think it was as good as the classic era of Deicide with the Hoffman brothers. Now, some people might say that's blasphemy, but this is just my opinion because I find that Ralph, the melodicism he brought to Deicide was almost like a Vital Remains kind of thing. And we all know that Vital Remains is killer. I mean, De-Christianize. I did a cover of that song too. Hammer Down the Nails. Both of those songs are killer, and those are both great albums. But anyway, let's check out The Stench of Redemption. Ralph Santola, rest in peace, dude. Jack Owen, great guitar player from Cannibal Corpse, now on 6 Feet Under. That album's coming out soon. Let's check out The Stench of Redemption. Furious. Man, way better than what we heard initially. Awesome guitar playing, great songwriting. In my opinion, this is Deicide at their best right here. Way cooler than the new album, guys. Way better. It sounds like Vital Remains. Super epic. It's so in your face. And that being said, that is the first album after Scars of the Crucifix, which was the last album with the Hoffman brothers. And I like that album too. But Stench Redemption on another level. And I was hoping that the new album or the new single, Bury Your Cross with Christ, would have been more in that vein, considering that Glenn had said it was more progressive and there was some more stuff going on, because that track was so cut and dry, straightforward, metal by numbers. Super disappointed. And I mean, it makes a statement too when you choose a lead single for your album. You know, it kind of sets the tone for the whole thing. And yeah, I get you don't want to put the 9-minute, epic Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner as your lead single. But I mean, at this point, we're not concerned with radio play either. But man, I was expecting a lot more. And, like I said, I'm a fan of Deicide. I'm a fan of Vital Remains. And, with all this talk of progressive stuff going on and cool guitar stuff, I think that they kind of dropped the ball. And if I was the new dude in Deicide, I don't know how much creative control or any sort of input that Taylor had on the album. If that was to be the showcase of, those progressive elements and technical elements, I definitely would have suggested another track. But you just do what you're told in that situation. I'm sure, nobody tells Glenn Benton what to do or probably offers their opinion or advice or input. And maybe that's what made the Stench of Redemption and To Hell with God so good, was that Ralph Santola was like the beacon of light in the darkness that is Deicide. It's been documented and stated that Ralph had his religious beliefs, which greatly differ from Glenn's, vastly differ from Glenn's, and maybe that was something that was kind of cool in that, and it reflected in the music. But who knows? Jack Owen, great guitar player from Cannibal. New 6 Feet Under records coming out soon, but he brought a lot to the table too, and it's kind of seems like, without Ralph, without Jack, Deicide may be one of those bands that's on a decline, unfortunately. But maybe that's just me being disappointed in that track being underwhelming, to say the least. And I was expecting something completely different. I waited all day yesterday not to listen to that song. And I took time out of my day on Christmas to listen to it, and it was a super letdown disappointment. I don't know what else to say. Hopefully the rest of the record's better. I mean, I get that you can't do everything, make everybody happy or want to do the same thing for, 20 or 30 years. But, man, that was vastly different than what I was imagining. The record before that, Overtures of Blasphemy, had a better single on it than that did. Even, I don't even know what to say. Maybe the lineup changes, maybe COVID, who knows what the deal is. But I was just all in all disappointed, not impressed, underwhelmed. I think they could do better, and they have in the past. Listen to, the first album, or listen to The Stench of Redemption, even, Once Upon the Cross, whatever it may be. But anyway, thank you guys once again for joining me. I hope you're having an awesome weekend and a good holiday, and lots more content coming out soon. Some more guitar stuff. I hope you checked out my Christmas music. It's fun to do that kind of stuff. I usually do a song every year, but I didn't do one this year. I didn't have enough time. I got the mini tour coming through Southern California in January around NAMM, the 24th, 5th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. There may be one more show on the 29th in this coming January. Like I said, there's lots of stuff, a new record coming out soon. It's going to surprise everybody. There's going to be vocals on this album, and we're finishing all of that up right now as we speak. And so keep your eyes peeled. Lots more content. I have some covers I'm going to put the links in. I have a cover of When Satan Rules His World, Dechristianize, and I think, what was the other one? I can't remember what it was, but the song links will be there. Check them out. Have a good weekend. Ride on.